Hi everybody, welcome to our latest video. Pleased to be able to show you the first of our, shall we say, our winter videos, which obviously due to the inclement weather will now be carried out inside our new showroom. Well, we've got a brace of Suzuki GSX-R 1000s for you today. As you can see on the right here, we've got this absolutely beautiful L0 model, which is a 2011 plate. And then to the left we have an L6, GSX-R 1000 L6 in these stunning MotoGP replica colours. So two bikes that are both very similar and yet very different, of course, certainly in the way they look, but underneath the sort of outer skin they are pretty much the same bike. So first and foremost, the 2011 has covered just 1,005 miles. I know that's hard to believe, but it's true. 1,005 miles from two owners, and she's been treated and looked after with kid gloves. And as some of you who are familiar with our page may well know, we are slightly reluctant to ever describe a bike as in as new condition, unless of course it is new or close to. This particular bike, despite being 5 years old, we are quite happy to describe as new condition. As you can see, the L0 was the twin exhaust model, and these are the standard cans. And again, if I do some close-ups, you can see absolutely unmarked, just as you would expect her to have come out of the crate. No marks anywhere on this bike at all. And if I turn the ignition on, allow it to do its self-check, you'll see there 1,004 miles. Just do some close-ups for you on the tank. And again, just moving down to the front of the bike, as you can see, she's got the Showa big piston forks married to these Tokiko radial mounted brake calipers. And that 1000cc 4-cylinder engine is putting out about 182 brake horsepower at the crank, which, depending on which review you read, would indicate somewhere around 160, 162 at the back wheel. So certainly no slouch. I will start her up for you. Obviously, for the purposes of the video, due to the weather being as it is at this time of year, we will only be running the bikes up for a short period of time, but just so you can hear what it sounds like with those standard exhausts. There you go, that's what the L0 sounds like with the standard exhausts. Beautiful unmarked condition. As I say, she's a 2011 plate GSX-R 1000 L0. She's covered just over 1,000 miles. This particular bike is available at 7,695. And then we move on to this absolutely stunning GSX-R 1000 L6. And as I say, they actually look strikingly different, but I think the majority of that is the colour scheme. And of course on the L0 we've got the blue frame and the blue swing arm. On the L6 model, as I say, this is the MotoGP replica, and she's also fitted with all the official Yoshimura accessories. So starting off with this rather tasty Yoshimura R11 end can, and then moving across there to the crankcase sliders, etc., and the Yoshimura bar ends, and finally the tinted race screen. So I guess apart from the obvious colour scheme changes, probably the glaringly obvious change is of course that anything past the L0 model went back to a single exhaust cam. However, arguably, I mean, whilst a single exhaust can most certainly makes the bike look more like a race bike, I think the L0s certainly have their following with the twin exhausts, and certainly compared to a ZX10 or a Yamaha R1, considerably more comfortable than some of the race replicas. So it is actually a bike that you could go touring on. If you're fit and well enough, of course. So this particular bike is a 2016 16 plate, registered in April 2016. And this particular bike, I know it's hard to believe, but she's covered 177 miles. So if ever there was a bike that we were comfortable describing being in as new condition, this is it. Both absolutely beautiful bikes, both with enough power to rip your arms out of your sockets, and as you can see, very, very similar, if not identical, frontal areas. One of the big differences, this particular model is an ABS, so it's an L6 ABS, and obviously we have the uprated Brembo radial mounted calipers compared to the Tokiko calipers on the L0. So I'll just do some close-ups on this as well. 177 miles. This particular model, because it was registered in April 2016, actually benefits from 3 years manufacturer's warranty as well from Suzuki from the date of registration. And again, absolutely unmarked, as you would expect of a bike of that mileage. Okay, I'll just start her up. Again, you can see the instrument panels are almost identical. And you can see there, 177 miles. Please forgive the camera while I just start the engine. And as you can probably hear, the L6 model's got a very different sound with the single Yoshimura can. So there you go, just to summarise, two very similar, yet in the same breath very different Suzuki GSX-R 1000 models. 2011 GSX-R 1000 L0 with just 1,000 miles on the clock at 7695, and an L6 ABS MotoGP replica with just 177 miles on the clock, and she's available at 9795. I hope you enjoyed the video of these two fantastic bikes.